So working with Amanda, before I had come to her with wanting to clear the belief around that it has to be hard or there needs to be struggle in order for there to be some kind of success or worthiness felt. Like I've had to struggle for it and that it's hard. And so we went right to it, through a bunch of those beliefs around feeling worthy and feeling the need to struggle. And we cleared a lot of stuff very quickly. And then what also ended up coming up was underneath all of that was the childhood trauma of where I assume that originated, was the feelings of being unworthy were that it has to be hard. And when we went up to clear the inner child stuff, I really got quite emotional, which was so beautiful. And it was a really big transformation that I really felt. I feel like I didn't feel the other ones as much. I know that they worked, and I felt that later on, but the inner child work of clearing and talking to the little version of me was really quite powerful. And I also got to thinking about, wow, things can be cleared quite quickly. What is the story that I'm hanging on to of like, oh, it has to be hard, like putting that in logical terms too, because I think sometimes I really hang on to the past struggles or what that's meant or what that has meant, and it becomes sort of an identity, which is really heavy to carry. So afterwards, the clearing, I was able to sort of like take some space for myself. I wasn't feeling quite well. And I've had a lot of people coming into my sphere needing things. And if I didn't have the energy to deal with it, I would say no, and sort of that was a very easy thing to do, versus before it would have been a real struggle, like, oh, well, my value depends on me putting myself out to be able to make sure this person's okay. And I had one of the best Christmases I've ever had with my mom, with my family. Sometimes Christmas can be tricky, with all the personalities and all the things in close quarters, but it was really beautiful. It was a beautiful holiday and a beautiful Christmas. And so I definitely am feeling the effects of the work with her. And I think the thing I like best about working with Amanda is how free of judgment she is, and how it feels like we're just having a conversation, just girlfriends having a conversation, and that we're doing this really deep work, and that she's working on another level, but we're just talking, and that there's nothing really off the table. And to be able to go into those places where it's a bit more vulnerable, you have to be able to go there, and she really creates a safe space for you to be able to do that. And I've worked with another Theta practitioner before. It was nothing like this, so I was really pleasantly surprised, and would love to work with her again, and will work with her again. So highly recommend it, and yeah, very grateful.